The heat is on. The NASCAR Xfinity Series rolls into Bristol for the first race of this year's Dash for Cash. Thanks to their finishes at Texas, Christopher Bell, Cole Custer, Daniel Hemrick, and Ryan Preece qualified for their chance to win the Dash for Cash money at Bristol. The highest finisher among these four drivers at Bristol wins the 100 grand and will move on to defend their title next week at Richmond. The next three highest finishers will join Bristol's Dash for Cash winner as they head to Richmond for another chance to win the bonus. Don't miss out. The pressure's mounting. Tune in each week to find out which driver has what it takes to win Dash for Cash. Follow the action on social at #DashForCash.
Buckle up tight. We are going green at Bristol Motor Speedway.
You see Justin's able to get down there. It takes a couple laps for this Bristol grip on the bottom to be able to come in.
Custer out of shape. Almost looked like there was contact from behind. We'll have to get a better look at that. Settles in line in front of the 20 of Christopher Bell. He's still struggling to find the momentum, Michael.
It's just a crazy phenomenon, the way these things slip and slide for a few laps until that traction compound on the bottom heats up a little bit, and that's when they start ringing the bottom, like Joey said. And when you ring the bottom, that's when it becomes difficult to pass, and we'll see bumping and running.
You're going to see that for a while, and you're going to see it start to clump up. And there you see Ryan Preece get a little bit out of the groove. Now he's going to have a hard time trying to get back down to the bottom here, but here's where the 3 car on the bottom is going to be.
Ooh. That's so close. Shane Lee has just been so solid. This is his first start ever at Bristol, and it's his first Xfinity race. And how impressive has that kid been? 24 years old, driving the Childress Vineyards car.
And there you see how important it is for Ryan Preece to try to get to the bottom. He chopped his way right in there.
Here's what happened at the start.
Caution down, caution down. Spin behind.
And as we see that, the caution is out for the first time today. Among those involved, the 51 of Jeremy Clements, 36 of Alex LeBay.
Looks like a little bit of damage there for Ty Majeski. Kaz Grala, such a shame for that team.
Oh wow, Chase Briscoe, heavy damage on the left front. Allgaier taking the outside lane. They appear to be maybe working together there, do you think?
I don't think so.
I just think that's where Allgaier
wanted. Okay. And I think you're going to see Justin go right back to the bottom right here.
Well, I guess the outside lane worked okay at the start of the race, right?
I think so. You can get better forward drive up there. You're able to hook up those rear tires, go through that gearbox a little quicker.
And that's on that initial launch, right? You can really jump, and you saw he cleared that inside row before he got to the turn. You got a great jump. You nailed that earlier, Joey, when you talked about the launch that you can get on that outside lane. He's going to take advantage of it, get it to the bottom.
And that's the best thing that can happen for him. But, man, you can see how much faster the 20 is. Oh, it's not going to be long before he gets by him.
He just appears to be motivated. I mean,
wow.
he has been incredible. And what I love about him, he can take the car anywhere from 31st to the lead.
Clear.
Bell is on a roll.
I think that's going to be the car that's going to be leading a lot of this race right now, as fast as he is. But anything can change. Like I said, the track's going to change a lot too. So it might look good right now, but you just never know.
Different drivers. One of those, Joey Logano, who's watching the restart with us in the booth today, and jumping out front, Ryan Preece, who stayed out under that last caution.
Well, we talked about Hemrick's strategy and how well it worked for that team, and Preece's group said, let's give that a whirl, and it looks like he's doing a nice job on this restart.
Yeah, especially as he gets that gap right now, he can start running his pace, not have to wear everything off, and not to mention Ryan Reed's got 2 tires on us, so that cushion he's got right now to the 4 tire cars is looking good for him.
Top 5 on the restart, 5 different strategy plays. When you look at when they last pitted and how they're managing this race. For position, Daniel Hemrick inside of Justin Allgaier. Reed goes wide. Here comes Jones. Contact, and Allgaier goes sideways. Caution is out. 6th time today.
John Hunter Nemechek getting.
Get it fired up and roll if you can here.
That looks like the first crash when
Tommy Joe Martins
ties into each other.
And what does the spotter say that creates that? Check up. Yep, that's it.
See Alex LeBay there driving off. Tommy Joe Martins is.
I think his wheels need to go the other way.
Straight back tight. 1 inside.
Elliott Sadler back in the top 10. They've done a nice job.
And right behind him, Ross Chastain being able to keep pace as well. You see Chastain racing on the inside of the 11 car of Truex and into the back of the 11 car of Truex. And look who's lurking. Allgaier.
Oh.
How about 3 wides?
Running out of space here.
What's that do to your heart rate, Joey?
It spikes it.
and Nemechek starting to come back to the front. 13th and looking to get 12th from Truex.
What about how they're just moving each other? Everybody's into the side, into the back. I mean, this is full contact NASCAR here at Bristol.
It sure is. And my question is, now that we've got a few laps under our belts now, it's starting to, rubber in. When does that top start to play? When does that start to come in? We got 30 to go in this second stage here. You're getting around lap cars. The track's going to stay cleaner because the lap cars are up there. And we got one going around in turn 3 here.
0-1 of Vinnie Miller. And Christopher Bell sideways. He's involved in the crash.
We're destroyed.
Yep.
Same thing as in practice.
Nope.
Wow.
Worse.
That's a lot worse.
All right, 10-4.
You hate that. He was running 3rd.
I know.
I tell you what, he got most of it in the door.
I see him getting out, though. I think he...
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. 74 Cody Ware involved. All this happening with just under 30 laps to go in stage number 2.
This is pretty important stuff that we're going to see here.
Hemrick in that outside lane jumping away. Shane Lee following his teammate. They're bottled up once again.
Nice job by Priest getting off turn 2 and grabbing that second position. Cole Custer looked inside of Lee. He slides up the hill. Nice run off the corner by Shane.
Custer looking to go 6th to 3rd on the restart. Chastain trying to work his way toward the top 5. Nemechek getting aggressive. Allgaier back in the hunt. This is entertaining. And for the top spot, a reminder, Priest last pitted at lap 48. Bump and run, 7 to go in stage 2, and they're side by side for the top spot. No more. Priest out front.
What about Ross Chastain on the right side of the screen? He's got a solid run inside the top 10. Cole Custer still gnawing on that left rear of Shane Lee.
Sadler right behind that bunch.
There's so many battles going on the racetrack right now. It is hard to keep up with everything.
Stage 1 today went to Christopher Bell, so Joe Gibbs Racing got it done there, and they own the top spot with 5 laps to go in stage 2.
You see Shane Lee just running up the racetrack a little bit. It may hurt him a little bit off of turn 2, but it's kind of a defensive line for him. It's hard to make that pass happen on the bottom right now as that Bristol bite goes away.
He got a little bit loose on entry, but you're right, Joey. He takes advantage of that momentum on exit and is able to drive ahead of Custer.
Looked like there was almost contact for Sadler and Gallagher. Here's the 0-0 again. Custer might get him this time. Man, Lee's working hard in that outside lane.
Watch this run. He gets off the corner, able just to ease ahead slightly of Custer there. Cole's making the ground, though.
And this is where it's hard for Cole Custer. You got to be patient down there. You want to go. You're looking at the cars behind you. You don't want to make too many big moves because you may get passed while you're trying to pass another car. So making the right moves at the right time, knowing where the cars are around you is ultra important. And there you
Nemechek going, Custer going sideways. He saves it. Going to lose a ton of position. Truex Gallagher driving by. Here comes the 98 of Chase Briscoe.
And that's a lot of points with 1 lap to go in the stage here.
Yep, final lap, stage number 2. Out front is Ryan Preece, and back behind him is Daniel Hemrick. And it looks like that's how they will finish this second stage. Second career stage win for Ryan Preece. Hemrick in the runner-up spot. And here's what happens behind him. Justin Allgaier. How in the world did he get to 3rd? Shane Lee was 4th, Cindric 5th.
There's something about putting a helmet on. You put that chin strap on. Oh, no.
Right,
and you see.
Coming at you, get it rolling when you can.
Let's
Ran
go
right
here.
to your left rear. Nothing you can do there. Kept them spinning the whole time. Did not lock them up.
That's spotter Joel Edmonds. Joel giving him the report. There was nothing that Chase could do. He got hit.
He was with us on NASCAR Race Hub this week, and I teased him. I said, is there pressure driving the 98 for the first time because Kevin Harvick won in that car? He said, there's pressure because I'm an Indiana kid driving Tony Stewart's car, and here's the reason for caution number 10.
Well, I mean, he didn't damage it any more than what it was.
I don't know if he can, Joey. Oh, Loose off.
Yeah, loose there.
1 to the 21 now. Right at your bumper, on you.
Yeah, I think he was in there.
Keep spinning. All right, nothing coming at you. Get it rolling when you can.
Green with 1:07 remaining.
Now, one thing we haven't seen yet today, Adam, right, is teammates wreck each other.
Well, hang on a second.
Hey, Nemechek. A lot of tape on that race car, but he has found his way to the front in the 42.
And look at Nemechek put it right on the door of Ryan Preece like that. He is a very aggressive race car driver. It gets him a lot of spots on restarts like this. Sometimes gets him in a lot of crashes, but he's putting himself in position right now.
And Preece isn't giving up, though. He's down on the inside, and like the Bulldog I talked about, he's just going to chew that position back.
There's a couple Bulldogs right there, and it usually doesn't end too well.
Hemrick right behind him, going to take advantage of Nemechek jump to the inside as Preece gets the second spot. And back behind them, 22 of Austin Cindric is 8th, Allgaier and Gallagher there as well.
How hard are they going to race him to stay on that lead lap? That's the
Got by
question.
Cindric easily.
And what about these tires? We've talked about how much they're wearing on the left side. I see a lot of guys slipping and sliding like their tires are going low.
Just like that one.
Shane Lee into the wall. Will it bring out the caution? Yes, it will. 11th one of the day.
Keep going. They'll fix it. Try to
Man, I just saw guys really starting to
keep running.
really starting to slip and slide, and that indicated maybe a lot of tire wear. Let's see if that was the case here for Lee.
Yeah, it looks like, it may have been a left front tire. I think it looks a little low there. There's been a lot of left side wear, and they're still running the bottom. They're still running on that Bristol bite. And, man, that was the longest green flag run. That was 90 laps of green flag. That's what just eventually blew out.
Now what do you do?
That's what I was going to say. 10 to go. Time for a shootout at Bristol. It doesn't get any better than this.
Yeah, he's going to get him here, I think.
Preece to the lead on those 4 tires. Allgaier coming with him.
What a run off turn 2 by Brandon Jones.
Brandon Jones hanging tough. The kid out of Atlanta, Georgia, not giving up on those 2 tires, but Preece able to get by. There'll be 8 laps to go when they make it around here. Jones goes wide. Here comes Allgaier. Can the 7 get there?
And now it's all about those adjustments they just made on that pit stop. What are they able to do to make their cars launch for 10 laps as fast as they possibly can? They don't have to go very long.
This is breathtaking for me. I know how bad Justin Allgaier wants to go up there and take this victory away from Ryan Preece. Preece has to drive the perfect 7 laps of his life.
And he's not driving away from him right now, I tell you that much. Justin's doing a good job keeping very close, keeping those left sides on the bottom, staying disciplined to that bite on the bottom there. So we'll see what happens.
And right behind him, there's Daniel Hemrick. He's into 3rd, Adam. Any contact, any slight shove from Allgaier to our leader, Preece, guess who's going to benefit from that?
Hemrick wants that $100,000, and keep in mind the top 4 will advance and be eligible next weekend at Richmond, minus Preece, who is not entered for the event Friday night up in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Ryan Reed off the pace. We're going to have 4 laps to go, and Preece is hanging tough.
4 to go. 5 back. Got the 10 behind him.
This Preece kid's a superstar if he can pull this off. I mean, he has answered every call. Every time they put him in that car, he's been right there.
Preece may be looking to make a deposit, huh?
A big one right now. Trophies in, money.
Still 10 back, 7.
How about a win and $100,000? Ryan Preece delivers at Bristol.
When you see a 22 car of Austin Cindric, looks like he's got a lot of damage. He's trying to limp it across the line here. I think he's going to make it.
Back home for 8th. Look at that.
Having the patience
And he made
all
it.
weekend to have what you got. Nice job. Just take care of that motor there.
The Dash for Cash dollars are flying, the fireworks, the water. In 7 races for Joe Gibbs Racing, Ryan Preece has finished in the top 10 at each one, and now your second win. Eric Phillips, your crew chief, talked about patience all weekend long. How difficult was it for you to maintain patience despite everything today?
Well, first off, this Rimroad Toyota TRD Camry JGR car was awesome. And these guys right here, they all work hard, and they don't get any credit on TV. And now I want you guys to focus in on them and this guy right here. I got to thank everybody last year for helping me make this all possible, because without last year, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. I wouldn't be sitting in Bristol Victory Lane in an Xfinity Series car with Joe Gibbs Racing. Albert and Kathy Moniz, Al Hankey, Betsy, man, I'm just at a loss. For Mizzy Construction, Stanley, just a whole bunch of people. And I know they aren't on the car right now, but they were a huge part of this. And to win here, man, it's unreal. I guess I didn't make Joey Logano look like a fool there.
It was a good pick. I know they're making their way around. You get to take home the $100,000 check. What are you going to do with it?
You know what? Probably do something for my parents, do something for my brothers, my wife, and my team. We're going to go get something to drink later. And, man, I can't thank Eric Phillips enough, man. That guy works his butt off. He's not only sitting behind a desk, but he's out there in the shop working hard, and I have a lot of respect for him. So it was a good run for us. Good run for my teammate Brandon. If that caution didn't come out, he had it in the bag, but, you know, he's going to get there soon enough.
Ryan Preece is victorious in Bristol. There's going to be a party tonight, Regan.